Hello, everybody out there on the internet. This is your host, Jen Yoko, the Shiba Inu from another dimension. I'm here with my brother from another mother, MC Metrocard Frisky.
Woo! It's good to be back after a few weeks off. Because all I was thinking about was my friends. Dude, that song is like always stuck in my head. You have no idea. All right. Thank you.
It was worth it.
But yeah, it was beautiful. But this is our big end of the year episode. We're going to talk about the highs, the lows, and the
There's a lot of So, with this year, for me, it's been a monumental year. For me, I had to get over some big hurdles. I had to face some fears. I had to face some people. I had to face the truth. And I cut off my hair.
It looks very good. Very cool. Like, very official. And you've been getting, like, some numbers ever since then.
Yeah. I mean, next year it's only gonna go up. This little Shiba Inu's gonna get her pets one way or another. You know, get a little smoochy smooch, you know? Yeah?
They're gonna get some heavy petting action. Some hard PG-13 rated action next year.
You know me so well.
So, yeah, let's, what do you want to start off with?
Well, to start off, this year has been a let's travel, meet each other to see movies. This year was the year we, like, bro-fisted and, like, flew to each other's backs and watched movies. I mean, we do this already, but Avengers was this year. And we did a trade-off. So it was, I saw Avengers with you guys. You saw it with me, right? I don't remember. I feel like you were there. You were there.
I was there in spirit. I was not there watching Avengers. I was there with you at Captain Marvel.
You were. That was epic. I loved Captain Marvel. I was like kicking my feet like a little baby. It felt like Dragon Ball Z, but with a lady. And then, you know, it was exciting. It was an exciting action film. I liked that one and Wonder Woman. And I feel like I like Captain America a little better because A, it was pretty much a buddy cop film, and B, it was enjoyable. And
What about Captain Marvel?
yeah. And then the lame part was, of course, the internet's like, she's got a vagina, she's stupid, and everyone's just like, the movie made a lot of money, just stop.
Yeah, the movie was okay. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have it on Blu-ray, but I had never felt the urge to be like, yeah, let me watch this again. Like, it was like Captain Marvel's a good character, but I really feel like she was being held back in this movie because of the amnesia thing. And I can't wait to see her like in a sequel. I feel like the sequel's gonna be like 10 times better. Like, it's gonna be like the Winter Soldier,
So I
like,
hear.
of her franchise.
Yeah, they already.
So I can't wait.
Oh, go ahead.
They already greenlit the sequel, right? Yeah, she's gonna get a sequel.
Yep.
It was great to have, good female superhero movies. This one I didn't see the agenda. I heard there was an agenda in there. I didn't see it.
Did they go to McDonald's? That was a good agenda. I hope they got a Happy Meal.
She stole the man's bike when he told her to smile. That was the agenda alarm. Agenda alarm.
There was a tweet where a dude actually complained about that scene. He goes, "She assaulted him for no reason." I'm like, oh my god.
I'm sure he was like a pedophile or something.
I have
She
no
just
idea.
she just knew.
Hashtag
But
blockhead.
there was a lot of superhero movies this year, so many. But to start it off, at the Oscars, Into the Spider Verse won Best Animated Film Oscar, so that's pretty
Deserved.
dope.
Deserved.
Thank you. Yeah.
And there's not enough animation earning credit where credit is due. People are now, I think it's because of our generation, we are giving credit to animation and making it so that it's not just for kids. It's made by adults for adults, yet not too adult like where kids can't enjoy it or be around to see it.
We need animation has a place in the world of kids and the world of adults. If you look at Netflix, there's a lot of original animated content on there, especially like Bojack Horseman. That's doing well. It's in its final season. Did you see the last season of Bojack?
I didn't. I actually had to take a break. This just because due to the fact that there's been a lot going on my end, and I'm happy Bojack is trying to like do him and recover. I stopped too early. Basically, when Diane gets divorced from Mr. Peanut Butter.
I think that was like season 4 or something.
Oh, I thought it was 5. I just know what's her name had the baby, and that's when I really stopped. That's when I really stopped. Okay.
Well, yeah, like season 6, like the second half is coming out at the end of January, so you might as well just wait for that and then binge it. But it was really good. Like, you know, he's on the road to recovery. They canceled the series. Like, it wasn't the creators like requests for it to be canceled. Netflix was like, you're done. And I kind of been like thinking of recent years, like, where else can they go with this concept? Like, he can't be an asshole forever. Like, he has to recover at some point.
That's true. And you know what? It's refreshing because most assholes don't recover. They just stay assholes. And then people love them, and then they say that they're a Rick kind of guy, and then you're just like, I'm not inviting you to that party, and you lock the door, and yet somehow he still sneaks back in, even when you lock the door, because some dude opens up the door when you're not supposed to open the door during the party, and lets that asshole in.
True that. Yeah. This year's been. There's been a lot of assholes this year, but you know, a lot of them got canceled. A lot of them got, 69 X'd out or impeached. So,
dang. Yeah. True story, though. I would like to give a shout out to Detective Pikachu, my modern day Roger Rabbit. It was my comfort film when I wasn't feeling well, and out of all the movies that we've seen, I've watched it the most.
Well, talk to me about your love of Detective Pikachu. For people who didn't watch our Detective Pikachu episode, of course.
Oh, yes. Well, Detective Pikachu was basically about a young boy, not a young boy, he's a young man who finds out that his father is dead, and then we find out later when he goes to the city to go retrieve his father's things that they thought his father was dead, but he's not. He finds Pikachu, and the Pikachu's voiced by Ryan Reynolds. People fought over it and thought it should be voiced by Danny DeVito, which honestly would have been fine. And they go on a whirlwind adventure to find the dad, and come to find out it's a CEO trying to molest Pokemon. Yep.
He wants to be in them Pokemon DMs, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, because of that movie, the movie was so successful all over around the world, they're going to actually start the Pokemon world with a trainer and a couple of trainers. So, I don't know who the trainers will be, but I'm excited to see that.
Trainers are gonna be Jaden Smith, Seth Rogen,
Oh my god. Stop it! Abort
uh,
mission! Abort mission!
Justin Bieber. It's gonna be all your favorites.
Oh my gosh. You know what am I saying to your favorites?
What? No, no, no. All right. We're talking about celebrities. We all know who had like the biggest fucking year. Um,
Ooh, yeah, you say it. You
entertainment.
say it.
Oh, man, this girl Lizzo. Yo, like I first heard her song like back in January, Juice, and I was like, man, this is really good. Like I hope she catches on, and man, she blew up, man. She's everywhere now. She's repping that positive body positivity, plus size for life, thick thighs save lives, all that stuff, man. She's been killing it. Killing it.
She is killing it. She's a great flute player. You're the one who showed me Lizzo, and like her music was pretty good. And I was like, all right, I can get behind this. And then, lo and behold, she's just taking the world by storm. She's making Nicki Minaj look like a wet paper towel.
She was in the movie Hustlers briefly, and she was on Saturday Night Live last week with Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
and she was wearing like a tuxedo, and in the back, it was like all like a glitter bodysuit, and she was twerking in that.
girl knows what's
It was
up.
great. Yeah, man. I'm just glad, there's a positive role model out there, for big people like me
Mm-hmm.
who can
Mm-hmm.
sing and dance, be awesome and not be ashamed of what they look like. Like Adele, I think she came out recently and she lost weight, and people are like getting on her, like, "Oh man, you used to be thick, Adele. What happened? You turned your back on the thick
Oh
community."
my gosh, I hate that. The
It's
worst
so
part,
dumb.
oh my god, the worst part about that is like people don't realize that you can't always control your weight. Like I had a conversation with my seagull neighbor, and he's convinced that it, people are fat because their parents feed them young. And you know what? I I don't doubt that that's a possibility. But due to our foods, fructose corn syrup, bacteria in our stomach, some people have diseases like thyroid issues, and primarily our bacteria kind of dictates our weight. But yeah, sometimes it's so hard to lose weight, and people are like, oh, they want to be fat. You know what? Good thing Lizzo's around. She changing it.
He's changing the game, and that's why TLC just greenlit like 5 more seasons of my 600-pound life, because they're like, oh,
Wow. Yo, yo, yo.
oh, yeah,
Would you kiss Lizzo?
yes, I would do a lot of things I would not say on this podcast to Lizzo. I would carry her groceries.
Oh my stars. Put a little
Mm.
basket.
I will fold her laundry. Drape.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what was next on the list here? So, okay, we saw movies, we hung out. I had my friends visit me in the real world. We went to Disney. And that's another thing. Shout out to my buddy, Just Meh. Love you like a play cousin. You're adorable. You're awesome. Thanks for taking me to Disney. You revitalized my love for the park, because no lie, I hated going to Disney. I thought it was boring. But she came in with the clutch, and like we went to 3 theme parks in one day. Okay?
Okay. You don't have to flaunt it. Shit.
Just saying. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag I can like go through dimensions and get to the rides faster by skipping the lines.
Yep, that actually happened. Yup. Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Frisky here. Help me out when this girl broke sometime, delivered too many packages, paid too many bills. I got you this Friday.
Why did Hideo Kojima make a game about you like delivering packages
Well,
based on your life?
you get it. You took my narrative. No. I could be
You should
that
fucking
person.
sue him, right?
Right? Yeah, the walking simulator delivery package game was called Death Stranding, the best.
It's about a white dude running away from black spirits carrying packages. If there's a metaphor in there, I will point it out.
Yes. Oh man. I mean, what do you think? So let's create a we're gonna have to have uh, a person for this year because there's that one person that I was talking to you about that comes to the party that we don't want to invite.
Oh, what about him?
I'm just saying, we'll call him
Let's
Bob.
call him
What?
Guiji.
Guiji. All right, we're gonna call him Guiji. So I think Guiji would have loved that game because it's what men love.
Men love delivering things to people because it makes them feel important
It's a
and
man's
useful.
game, just like Shenmue.
Oh God.
So let's
Well,
dive deep into that. So Frisky, what happened on your adventure with the Shenmue journey?
a whole separate episode, but I'll fold it into this one.
Okay.
All right, Shenmue 3. We were waiting for it for 18 years. It got kickstarted, so it was provided by players like us, paid for. And we get the game, and the first few hours, it starts off strong. You're in a beautiful village, you're feeling all nostalgic, like, oh man, the same voice acting is here. Everybody's still awkward. It's great. My first problem, you have to feed this guy. In the old games, you didn't have to worry about feeding yourself and keeling over. This game, when you run, you're losing stamina. Like your stamina bar never leaves the screen. So you always have to eat. And in order to eat, you need money. And in order to get money, you need to do jobs. You either collect plants and sell those, or like cut wood, or gamble and like sell prizes. So it's just a lot of busy work in between like the main story. And the main story is you're looking for Shenhua's father, which is the lady on the box. And in the first village, you find out there's thugs looking for stonemasons. Her father's a stonemason, so you track down the bullies or thugs, get your ass kicked, and then you have to learn a move by some grandmaster. You learn the move, you kick the thugs' asses, and then you move on to like the next area. And in the next area, guess what else happens? You get there, and you're doing the same shit. You have to track down the thugs. You need to learn a new move. You need to beat up everyone at the dojo. It's the same exact like plot beat for beat. And you do that, and I'm thinking, all right, maybe I haven't found this guy yet. Maybe I'm like halfway through the game. No, I get a message saying like, if you go on this boat, that's it. Like, this is the last time you can do anything in world, like in terms of like get new moves or gamble or play games. Like, this is it. I'm like, what?
Oh, what the sock in the machigana.
You gotta be kidding me.
And you waited
I was just
so
like,
long for this. I remember, like, when Black Panther was coming out, and you're like, yo, man, gonna get ready for that Shenmue 3.
uh. And it's like, I was preparing myself. Like, I know it's gonna be like old school Shenmue. Like, they're not gonna progress the gameplay at all. It's gonna be the same stuff from 2000. And I'm fine with that. But it's like, they couldn't come up with a better story. I also knew that they weren't going to conclude the story. They were going to keep it going. And I'm fine with that, but this just feels like a filler episode of an anime.
I feel
That's
so
what this felt like.
sad to know that all that effort and the waiting and the waiting and the waiting, pardon me, that you had to do and then you got that.
Yeah, and on top of that, you're at the last level. You're like raiding this castle, like beating up a bunch of like weak ass people. The last minute they throw in Landy, who hasn't been like spoken about the whole game. All of a sudden he's there, and you're like, all right, we're gonna at least get to fight Landy, and you fight him for like 15 seconds, and it's not even a real fight. He blocks everything you do. You're just fighting there, and then the castle catches on fire, and you go your separate ways, and that's the end of the game. It's like to be continued. See you next time.
I'm sorry.
It just blows my mind. Like this is what they came up with.
That always sucks,
And
especially when you get a game that you've waited so long for. And like I can only imagine the people who spent bigger bucks than you on the tiers, the swag tiers. Like, oh man, if you pay this much, you're gonna get a Shenmue t-shirt. For this much, you're gonna get Feng Hua cutting a cucumber. By the way, folks,
yeah,
when you talk to Feng Hua in her house, she cuts a cucumber but doesn't exactly cut it. Forever. It's on my Twitter.
yeah, it's a loop. You see me play like the first few hours of the game, and that made it more fun because we were just like cutting ass on everything.
Yeah, we were. And I felt, you know what? I started to get tired, but I really enjoyed watching you play that game. Even though it was just like, what the heck is going on?
First part of the game is definitely the village, the first part, because it's small and you get to know everybody. The second part, this is another thing I hate. It's like you're looking for the girl's father,
Yeah.
and I go to the ferry terminal, and I see these pictures on the wall, and I'm like studying them. I'm like, all right, maybe he's in these pictures. Nothing happens. So in the second part of the game, you're like in a small town, and you have to like ask like everybody. You have to ask everybody about the guy, her father, until you find the one person who like knows the answer. So I find this one guy. He's like, "You should go to the ferry terminal." And I'm like, "I already been there, but I went." So I go again, and then only then is when I unlock a cutscene where I can like stare closer at the pictures on the wall. And I'm like, "This is bogus." It's like I knew the answer, but I still had to like show the work, like a math problem. Like it's like even if you know the answer, you still have to like show me how you get there. And that happens like 3 times in this game. Like I know where to go and who to talk to, but I can't do it unless I trigger it somehow.
Oh my gosh. And watching
I,
you play, like the button mashing and the
oh
fighting
my,
was really like plasticky. It looked like two toys, like when you were a kid, hitting toys together. That's kind of what it felt like.
yeah, the fighting's not bad. Like there, but it's funny because there's so many moves you can learn in this game, but you all you have to do is spam like the same 1 or 2 moves and you win. So having a long list of moves is kind of pointless
Oh
because
my
I wanted to learn
gosh.
them, but by the end of the game, it's like, oh, you don't need them. And then the
Oh.
quick events are crazy precise. Like they're a split second. They're like if you don't press it in like that, you lose. And I have to keep doing it over and over again because they were so
You're
fast.
like, gosh darn it. Oh.
Yeah, but it was a big disappointment. I immediately traded it in for like Far Cry 5. And Far Cry 5 is a way better game. It came out last year, but
Wow. Like, dang, dude. I felt like you've been done dirty.
yeah,
Well,
but
okay, go ahead.
we had Resident Evil 2 this year, and that was the game. Like I don't know what won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but that should have won because
Okay.
Resident Evil 2 is awesome.
I agree. I had so much fun, but I'm terrible at it. That's what made it even better. Because when I was playing Claire, and every time I played Claire, and I had to get to Mr. Manhattan. What's the dude's name again? The mystery guy?
X.
Yeah, Mystery X. Like every time I got to him, I got eaten so many times by zombies. They put it on easy mode automatically for me. It was bad. I was like, no, man, no. The game felt sorry for me. That's what made it so good. Like, the game was short, but it's just satisfying. You know?
It was short. It was but it had a lot of replayability because you had two campaigns, and you could go for different high scores. And then they had the free DLC, the Ghost Survivors, which I still haven't beaten. Like
Mm-hmm.
me and John played it, and we could only beat like one of them, which was the easy one, the mayor's daughter.
My day with the mayor's daughter.
And I got like a lot. I did a lot of the trophies, like play the game without using the healing item, or play the game without opening the item box. Like I love putting myself on those different like situations. It makes the game like challenging, but still fun. And just like learning the layout of the RPD, like that's why I'm so excited for Resident Evil 3, the remake, which got announced last week. It's coming out in April, and it's gonna be even more awesome because that one has multiplayer, and you're in the city this time, so they can like you know go crazy with it. They could throw a
Not
lot of curveballs.
necessarily stuck in the RPD. Now, is this it's Jill, right?
It's Jill Natalie Portman Valentine. Yes.
Oh my gosh, stop. Now I can't unsee it. Damn it. Why'd you do that? Natalie
Come
Portman.
telling.
No, I was in Star Wars, the bad ones. Games for me, I'm into smaller indie games, and I got really into it's called I actually have it right now. River City Girls. Now, River City Girls is a love letter slash sequel series to River City Ransom, and it's an old Nintendo game series that went from Nintendo to I'm not sure if it went to Super Nintendo, but it definitely went to the Game Boy Advance. And you're basically these two dudes. They're a bunch of vigilante thugs that they're students, and they're trying to make right with the local gangs and fight the bigger gang leaders and take over territory and make peace in the neighborhood. Don't know how that happens, but I only played the original once, and I watched a little short documentary on the history of River City, and the two girls in the River City Girls are supposed to be the boyfriends of the main two characters from the originals. And you go through the whole game. It's a 2D side scroller beat 'em up. That's my second favorite genre. The graphics are great and they're funny. You can run around town, you beat up a whole bunch of classmates, you get items and clues to figure out where your boyfriends are, because the premise of the game is your boyfriends are kidnapped, you have to save them. And there's a huge twist
Sounds
involved.
like the agenda to me.
Oh my god. Don't tell Guiji. Guiji's gonna be upset
Oh,
about
no.
that.
Like 5 YouTube videos of how I should be a better man or something.
Or how River City Girls doesn't make sense. It should be River City Boys, even though River City Ransom stars two male main characters.
He's gonna call it River City Mary Sue's.
Oh my god. Oh, wow. Yo, I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one. It's like, yo, River City Mary Sue's.
I want to play it. We gotta play it when I come down there.
Yeah, when you come down, it's 2 players, so it's gonna be great. And then the other game that I got, honestly, I was not impressed with Let's Go Pikachu. It was a relaxing game. But for Christmas, I got Windjammers. And Windjammers is a indie game. No, it's a Neo Geo.
That frisbee game.
Yeah, it's that frisbee game. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, I saw it at a barcade once.
Yo, we gonna like scream and beat each other up when we play it. I'm gonna be Hans. I have so much power. I will throw a discus at you.
Wow, Windjammers. It's a throwback. You seem very excited about it.
Oh yeah. Any other games for you this year?
Nah. I mean, I could throw a Far Cry New Dawn in the mix. I'm playing that right now, and it's basically like an expansion to Far Cry 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a continuation of the story. There's a lot of nuclear fallout, and there's like there's twin sisters who are black, and they're basically like running the country
Wow.
and motorcycle gang, and you got to beat their ass. You got to beat up sister.
Oh shoot. Sister, sister, gonna fuck you up like the mister. Oops.
Yeah, so it's fun. You can make your own guns, make your own vehicles, and it's very pretty. There's a lot of like flowers in the game. Um, you can get a dog that like attacks people, which is cool. And I think you get a wolf later on.
My favorite. My friends.
In Far Cry 5, you had a puma and a bear you can control. His name was Cheeseburger. It's like Pokemon on steroids. It's like, go Cheeseburger, and he's just like ripping people's intestines out. It's good. I played a little bit of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh snap.
A little bit, the Nintendo store. It looks like fun. I didn't get to see Luigi though. That's my spirit animal. Luigi.
Well, apparently, Guigi needs you to play more manly games. Okay.
No, I know. I got to. I just gotta like. I can't cry. Crying is bad.
Absolutely, crying's bad. You're a boy.
Crying is bad. I can't cook because that's feminine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I can't. It hurts.
Absolutely.
Gives me a tummy ache.
Oh my gosh. Stop crying! Stop crying! Yeah.
Do you remember the bottle cap challenge? That was the thing that happened.
Yeah, why that happened for like a week.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, what else happened?
Stranger Things came back.
Stranger Danger came back.
And it's basically the same story, but this time in a mall.
Oh, never watched it.
Yeah, I don't even know why I put it on the list.
I hear you scratching it out. You're like, Stranger Things. Yeah, fuck this.
I barely remember it because it's popular, but it's like I can't remember anything that happened in it. I just remember the Red Ranger. He got possessed, and then he died at the end.
Which Red Ranger? Our Red Ranger or Red Ranger from like the 2000s?
The reboot Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the best part.
Speaking of Rangers, the Pink Ranger was Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, she was. Did you see the new Aladdin?
No, I saw enough of a portion of it. I did see the new Lion King.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
After I saw the new Lion King, I was like, I really don't want to see Aladdin. I watched the music for Aladdin though because I heard was it the Jasmine song was good, and I was just like, sure, whatever.
One where she sings about being speechless or something, or she won't silence. They probably cut that in the international release. She's like, she has too many lines. Cut the music number.
Oh no, she's bleeding. Run.
Aladdin was okay. It's one of those things, like I saw it, I'm like, it was alright, and then I completely forget about it.
Like, fair. I mean, there were so many wonderful things in terms of like human interaction, but media and internet, only TV and books, in my opinion, have been like compelling. Okay, besides video games, mind you, but I haven't been moved by any video games this year like I usually.
It was slow. Like a lot of good stuff is coming out next year.
You know what game was meh
Like the
this year? Kingdom Hearts 3. You heard me, folks. Meh.
came out this year.
I thought it did, right? Did it?
Like it came out decades ago, man. Like it's so far from my memory.
That's why nobody gives a poop.
I'm just kidding. I know it came out this year because it came out like right after Resident Evil.
Oh my gosh. And it sold, like, I think Resident Evil sold better.
Kingdom Hearts, man. Like I've never seen a game so hyped and then kind of like forgotten about.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
Wait,
People are like, they spent. I watched my friend play, mind you, because the Kingdom Hearts franchise makes me really irate. I don't have patience for it anymore. If you're taking 15 years to release a third version of a game, I don't want to talk to you right now. I don't want to. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, oh, the game's not ready yet. Kingdom Hearts 2.0. Kingdom Hearts 365 after 7. Kingdom Hearts divided by 3. Take over the 6. Game Boy Advance, DS, Wii Edition. No, stop. Stop it. Stop. I don't care anymore. You know what? I enjoyed 1 and 2. That's it.
It's like they're gonna do the same thing for Half-Life 3, inevitably when that comes out.
Oh my gosh, no. Well,
Oh my god, what's his face? Freeman is back.
oh, one
What?
more indie game. I'm so sorry. The Untitled Goose Game. I have.
Yeah, that looked like a
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I
That
have to
looked like a
say.
game.
Oh, sorry. We're interrupting each other. Oh my god, we're finishing each other's sandwiches again. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I was making a bad joke.
Oh, that's fine. Well, it was a fun game. It should be called Asshole the Game, because you're running around stealing people's glasses and taking their picnic stuff. I played that game for hours at my friend's house. We were like, we stole a child's glasses, and then hold on a second. I have a special guest. Hold on.
You there? What happened?
Sorry, hold on a second.
Did the goose steal you?
No, hold on a second.
I'm a second.
I thought it was in the bag, not in the box.
She
All
just
right, talk about
wailed.
something in a second. Just cover me for a second.
Anyway, fine. All right, I'm gonna talk about Arrested Development season 5 because it sucked, and the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development are really good. They should have just left it alone. It was in the past. The story had concluded, but then Netflix was like, no, let's bring back all these famous people and do another season. So they did season 4, and people hated it. So the family wasn't together. And what makes Arrested Development is so good is that the family, they work well bouncing off each other. And that's what you come to see. You like to see them bickering, but in season 4, they kind of like separated the family into their own little stories, which were boring and didn't amount to anything important. So, and season 4 ends on like a huge cliffhanger, but there was like a 5-year break between seasons. So by the time season 5 rolled around, no one gave a crap what happened to this one character. One character gets murdered, and no one cares like who killed her or nothing. Like it's not even important. But season 5, it just wasn't funny, man. Like it just wasn't funny. It wasn't interesting. I can't even like remember anything of significance that happened in that season. It just sucks because the first 3 were so good, and it's just an example of like why not all TV show reboots work, because sometimes you just lose that magic or that thing that made it special in the first place. You just leave it alone.
I
But
agree. I mean, this past decade has been so filled with reboots that you were like, even a reboot's getting a reboot.
yeah.
And like, hold on a second. Ugh, my child.
Ugh.
Hold on a second.
get gets we got some original content this year in terms of Euphoria with Zendaya. I talked about
Sandisha.
yeah, that show's really good. I talked about it here already, but I just wanted to give a shout out. If y'all didn't still watch it, it's only 8 episodes. It's on HBO Plus.
Zendaya's a pretty good actress.
Zendaya, I love Zendaya, man. Like she's great in the Spider-Man movies, and she sings a really good song on the Greatest Showman soundtrack, and she's really versatile. She can like be an apathetic teenager to a teenager that's on drugs.
And I guess she can handle Raven Simone and her shenanigans. Because she crazy. That woman's a crazy fill in the blank here.
But I feel like she's gonna blow up in the next few years. I mean, Beyonce sooner or later.
Unless Beyonce writes her off on her, you know, spotlight, a spotlight, you know.
Just picture Beyonce at 50 years old, like doing like a big tour and trying to twerk, but the cellulite is like too powerful and so many wrinkles. Yeah,
I'm in the club twerking with Bub, using my walker as a thing.
if
Yep.
you like it, you should have put a handicap sticker on it.
Wow, it looks like her new hits. If you like it, then you should have put a handicap sticker on it. My butt.
Uh, okay, let's see. Do you remember Striking Vipers?
Oh yeah, I
It was the
didn't see
best
the
video
whole
game.
thing, but it was still fun.
Didn't see the whole thing.
Nah, you know me.
Didn't see the.
If I'm not watching it with you or Twilight or a couple other friends, I'll have a hard time watching it.
Didn't see the. How far did you get?
I only watched what you showed me. You're like, dang it. So, but
Show like holy shit, her face while watching it was the best thing ever.
describe that face.
She was so confused yet like intrigued and curious at the same time.
They literally had like a Power Rangers segment, which was hilarious.
Well, well, for those who didn't watch Striking Vipers, it's an episode on Black Mirror that came out this year, and it's about these two guys. They play like
I'm sorry. It's my
a
favorite.
reality fighting game, and instead of fighting in the game, they hook up
Every time they play the game.
every time they play the game, and then in real life they're like, "Nah, man, I ain't gay. I ain't gay, man. Nah, it's just bro stuff, bro stuff."
When I saw that episode, when you showed that to me, I was like, dude, is that what dudes do when they're thinking about other dudes? I want
That's
somebody in the comments to ask who is very heterosexual. Would you do your dude bro in a video game if they changed genders? Just asking. Just
yeah.
asking.
One guy would play as a girl in this scenario.
Yes.
It was great, man. Like it was just so funny and so relatable. It just reminded me of furry roleplay.
Oh my gosh, stop. Furry roleplay is I mean, for the most part, I on my journey, I made a friend. She likes to, cook and such, and I told her about furry lingo that I don't participate in, and one in particular for 2019, 10 thumbs down is Huggy Wuggy a woo.
Oh God, don't say a woo. It brings me back to that horror story when I was in Pittsburgh. This guy was walking around looking for this girl saying a woo, and she was hiding from him. She was hiding in like the laundry room. She's like, "Shh, don't make a sound." It felt like a quiet place.
Oh my gosh, right? A quiet place.
Many times. That was when I was on a road trip.
With
That
Luigi's.
was, .
'Fun. That's even worse on a road trip.
It's for a good story.
It does. It does. Um, what else this year? Oh, we went to the Poconos. Too fast, too Poconos.
To the Poconos, we got in the hot tub and made fun of Dream. We went hiking, and it was just chill. It was very chill. It was a nice house. Such a nice house.
Felt like the '80s never left this house, but it was very clean and chill.
And there was deer in the backyard.
Yep. And
I said, December.
December. As soon as you're like, "Can I have your Instagram?" It ran away.
That's how all the girls run away. Like when I'm trying to get that sentence out, it's like, "Can I have your social media?"
It was pretty funny.
Uh,
Your Instagram. Dude was like, "Yeah."
It was like my whole year. Like I tried a few dating sites, and I either like had a good time with someone, and then they never talked to me again, or I'm online, and then I got ghosted a lot this year. It sucked.
Oh man, that's okay. Cause you know what? You don't need them. We're gonna have a great 2020.
It's okay because then I learned about female escorts.
Oh my lord, them's expensive.
Oh, they take food stamps.
I'm drinking water. Oh.
She dying. Do you need some juice? AK Beetlejuice. Yeah, I saw a musical this year.
Oh man, I wanted to see the Beetlejuice musical.
Beetlejuice musical, and it was really cool because I haven't seen the movie since I was like 8, so I forgot what the movie was. So I was like watching it for the first time, and practical effects. They had a giant snake that popped out, and they had like multiple Beetlejuice doing their thing, and then the girl that plays
Lydia.
Lydia. She was the best part. Like she had some great solo songs. She was singing her heart out. There was a song about going home, like when she's like in the hell dimension. She's like, "I'm going home," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" The girl, Oscar, shit, she was going for it, man.
That's crazy.
It was dope. It was dope. 4 stars on Uber Eats.
4 stars on Uber Eats. 1 star on Lyft.
Yeah, highly recommend it. You guys like music and dead people.
People do like dead people. Let's see here. Oh, I'm working on my comic strip. I'm on hiatus right now due to unfortunate circumstances, but just so you folks know, I am documenting my motorcycle travels and delivery. It's called Yoko-chan Adventures, and you can read it at J Yoko Cartoons at Twitter, on Twitter. Yeah, J Yoko Cartoons. Or you can find me at DOGEYOKO. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Didn't do anything.
No, it's all good. But yeah, I am Doge Yoko, and you can just click on the link at the top, and you can read about my adventures. And my buddy here becomes a cop and fights crime, and we become the ultimate friends. This is it's my diary. It's a diarrhea of a mad Shiba Inu woman.
If I'm a cop, do I have to give myself a ticket for being a minority? Like, I just look in the mirror. I'm like, oh snap!
I mean,
I try to like beat.
Yes.
Yes.
While President Pumpkin Face, remains true. But I guess I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what's going on.
All right, so I still got a few things to talk about. Cobra Kai was cool. That was a good reboot. They brought back the Karate Kid, and they turned it into Degrassi, which I think is genius. It's Degrassi with Kung Fu. It's great. I can't wait for season 3. The Boys was cool. You know, I like when they do superheroes in like an R-rated way. It's different. It's kind of like what they did with Joker. They took a comic book thing and they made it super down to earth, serious. But this one was more fun. Like they had like this. I don't know if I talked about the boys here, but
You
they had
did.
like a fake. I did. Yeah, they had the fake Captain America. He's just trying to look cool in the limelight, but behind the scenes, he's an asshole. Like there's a scene where he leaves like a whole plane of people to die.
Wow.
He can't save the plane, so he's like, "All right, well, I'm not gonna bother saving anyone else. Bye." Yeah, it's that serious.
Dang. He's like, bye, Felicia. I want to live.
Yeah, that was special. Then got Jessica Jones season 3. This was like the final year of the Marvel Netflix verse.
Before Disney
Uh,
Plus. Go ahead.
at Disney's taking back all their toys from Netflix. Like, literally, it's like, huh?
Yo, you're funny. Yo, the way you put it.
But this one was cool. It was about like a serial killer. Like, it wasn't. There was no supervillain. It was like Jessica Jones versus like Dexter, and then Trish kept getting in the way. Trish is so annoying.
Of course, Trish is annoying. I can do it. Shut up, Mary Sue.
Trish is not Mary Sue. She's more like a Mary Doe.
First of all, she's
Mary
a woman, and does she beat up a bad guy?
Superpowers is like jumping over a couch really elegantly.
Exactly.
Oh
It's
no, the best
too.
part. The best part is when Jessica drops her out of a window to prove to her mom that she has powers. She's like, "Yeah, she has powers. Look." She just throws her out the window and she lands on her feet. Oh
Oh
man.
my lord.
I'm gonna miss Jessica Jones so much. She was like my favorite from the Defenders.
I enjoyed it. I just didn't finish season 2. I enjoyed 1 so much, but it affected me because when you go through I'm sorry. I've been through a lot, and I've had a stalker and an abuser similar to that. So, as a friend, which is the worst part. So, I was like, wow, relatable. Thanks, show, for being relatable. You know?
Yeah, we'll miss you, Jessica. You got another show that ended was Broad City.
Oh, I know you
My
were sad
girl.
about that.
I know. Yeah, season 5 was good. Hits you in the feels. It's very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is the type of show they can bring it back at any time they want. Like, because it's a simple show. They could just be like, "Oh, we're back. We're still living in New York." But if they don't bring it back, I won't be sad. Like, I had a good run, and I want to see these girls like do more, other shows,
They've been doing
more
more
movies.
movies lately.
Yeah, I think Abby, she got a part in something. She got a part in some movie that's coming up. So they're going places. They're definitely gonna stick around. And one of their castmates, the guy that plays Jaime, he had his own show this year. It
Oh,
was a sketch
really?
comedy. Yeah, it was called Alternatino,
Oh my god, I already know.
and it was a pretty good sketch comedy show. Like some of them, were kind of meh, but other skits were pretty on point. Like there's this one where he's in Puerto Rico and they're doing like the whole like hurricane relief thing,
Oh
and they
shoot. Yo, I'm
so
ready.
he get yeah. So they give him a roll of paper towels. He's like, "Oh my god, a paper towel!" And they go like dancing in the streets. It's like, yeah, the paper towels like cleaning people's wounds and stuff and bringing people back to life and shit. And they're
Oh
like,
my
"Oh,
gosh.
yeah, it's a paper towel." Because like, what are we gonna do with paper towels? So they just like milk the shit out of it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh. There's another one where he's in a relationship and he kept saying like, I don't like labels, but we can still keep hanging out and stuff. And he keeps using that same speech when the girl's pregnant, and then
Are you serious?
they get married, and then they like move in together. Like he's like, yeah, it's great, like raising a family and having a house and stuff. But I just want to make sure like we're chill. I like to be a free spirit. I don't like to be tied down, like all the way till he dies.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but
That's like
I have to see that.
it's a good show, man. It's on Comedy Central. You can like, if you're on an airplane, they have Comedy Central most of the time.
Funny you mentioned that one. They had the Black Lady comedy show. Have you seen that one?
I didn't. Damn.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
put
It's
this up on
so
my
you're
TV.
Huh? I'm sorry.
I forgot to turn the brightness up on my TV.
Oh my god, wow. No, this show would be right up your alley. It's like I don't know, some of them were YouTube stars and some of them were not, but one of the stars, LaQuinta, like that's not her real name, but she's got a YouTube channel and she's on HBO's Black Lady Comedy. You can watch most of the skits, if not all of them, on YouTube now via, I guess, YouTube's, was it HBO Comedy? I don't know. But, man, they had one episode where they had a woman suing another lady, and it was a black lady courtroom, and they were so proud about it. And to to the average Joe, they're not going to appreciate it, but, like, when black people all own a business and we're like, oh my god, you own that, where school you go to, it just gets like crazy. Anyway, I
Yeah,
can't what
when we're down there, we'll exchange sketch comedy shows.
we'll exchange it. I'm not describing I'm not even giving Black Lady Courtroom no, sorry. Anyway, I'm not giving the show justice. Sorry folks, ignore me, I'm a little tired, I'm losing it. But yeah, Black Lady Comedy Show is actually really funny. I'll send you a clip later. Anyway, okay, what's next on this list?
Speaking of black comedy, why is Deborah Wilson in the new Star Wars game?
She need work.
Show, like, that was so random. I'm like, is that Deborah Wilson? Like, what?
She's primarily a voice actress now. I can even there's a voice actor and actress archive, and you know how many voices Deborah Wilson has done in the past decade?
I don't know, but I hope she gets tested.
Oh my lord. That's so funny. I hope she gets tested. Shut up. 72 characters, okay?
Oh.
Including Jedi the Fallen, which is on sale at Redbox for $24.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Redbox today, and they're getting rid of all their games, and it's $24.
Good price.
She is in a lot of things that I've never freaking heard of before. Except for All Hail King Julian. She plays a lot of characters in that. It's pretty funny.
I'll play that new Star Wars game as long as there's no agenda in it, of course.
No, it's it's everything that Dream would ever want. A guy
in a giant sword,
Yeah.
slashing things. Yeah. Speaking of guys and agendas, the Dave Chappelle comedy special this year. It's pretty good. We talked about that, in length, so I won't, beat a dead horse. But somebody actually animated some of the sketches, the things he talks about, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, you
like
showed
the
it
LG
to me, and it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of funny.
I just like that someone took the time and was like, "I'm gonna animate this."
More like, I'm gonna have stagnant pictures, but we're still gonna make it funny, because the car ride scenario was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna take someone's work and I'm gonna draw all over it."
Right? Make Dave Chappelle smiley face.
It's like the equivalent of taking a furry piece of art and changing the colors.
Oh yeah, and making it making it no. That's a thing, folks. There are furries out there that will take your furry artwork and literally make you into a Nazi furry. I don't know why. Waste your time. Just make something interesting aside from that.
All right, have I talked to you about Bruno? It's a Netflix show.
No.
No, it's about a dog. It's very simple. It's like this guy, he has a dog, and it's like in my neighborhood. And he just loves this dog, and then there's like characters on the block that try to steal the dog.
Oh my gosh, it's like Keanu but with a dog, huh?
Yeah, but it's like really short. Like there's only 8 episodes, and like they're like 15 to 20 minutes apiece. So it's like a really fast watch, and it's good because it's a lot of Brooklyn humor. Like yesterday, I fucking stepped in dog shit, and then on the show, there once that happens, they call it a shit and run when someone's dog takes a poop and they don't clean it up. They're like shit and run.
Oh no! This shit and
There's
run.
So there's an episode where the guy is like tracking down the guy in the neighborhood who's letting his dog shit everywhere, and it's really hilarious. Yeah.
That's pretty
And
epic.
the episode ends with him beating him up with a fucking broom handle. It's like so good.
Wow.
But it's a cute show. Like anybody who likes, for any dog lovers out there, it's cute. There's another episode where there's a dog. Well, there's a girl that's dating him just so she can steal his dog.
Oh my gosh.
And then you learn that she does that with everybody. She dates the people based on their dogs.
It's creepy.
It's really creepy. Yeah, because they're having sex, and she yells out the dog's name.
Oh God.
And yeah, it's so awkward.
Oh my gosh. That's when I shout, cool. Daddy, no.
Yeah. I hope there's a second season because
it was just cute.
Bruno's true owner is coming out of jail, so I want to see what happens.
I'd like to mention things on Netflix that I've seen, primarily animated, of course, because that's my dimensional plane. Carol and Tuesday, Two Girls on Mars. Coming. It's basically American Idol on Mars. I think I mentioned it in one podcast. I would definitely check it out if you're an anime lover that likes slice of life. And the music is made by the folks who did Cowboy Bebop. It's actually the same company. And give it a try. It's a slice of life, but it's so good. I want the album, but I don't want anyone. Next one, The Dragon Prince. I didn't think I would like it.
War is full of uncertainty.
It's filled with diversity. We got black people, brown people, purple people, elves, gay people, trans people, animals, dogs, wolves, little critters that are green. Like it's a medieval world, but
hot dogs.
Yes, exactly. But nobody's talking about it, and I feel that the Dragon Prince is very much such an even playing field. And She-Ra, Princess of Power, is also very good. Same thing, diversity. We got, well, for the Dragon Prince, everyone's at war because somebody stole an egg from one of the dragons, and one of the kids finds the eggs on accident in a castle that they live at, and they have to leave the castle and go on a whirlwind adventure. That's like a very brief summary. And with She-Ra, Princess of Power, girl grows up with bad guys, and she ends up going into the woods trying to assault a village that's like literally looks like freaking the Smurf village. She finds a sword, becomes She-Ra, finds out that she's a good guy the whole time. She was brainwashed, and adventures ensue. So those two shows, I have to say, they're vastly different, yet not so much, in terms of we want to see the hero succeed, and there's always a punch where the bad guy really F's with the main character to a point where they're like, yo, dude, you need therapy. Wow. But, good writing. I think it's fine.
Sounds very progressive.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, I don't want this SJW stuff on my salad. And And I'm
I
like,
think
dude, it's just a cartoon. Shut the F up and watch it. You watch Bojack, it's fine.
exactly. If you can get your rocks off to BoJack, then you should be able to enjoy She-Ra,
And Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince Z. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad animation's doing well. You know, on the small screen. I don't know so much for the big screen because I was watching a Pan Pizza's video. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
and there was a lot of flops in animation. The Playmobil movie,
I
that
didn't
shit
even
came
know
and
it was a
went.
thing.
Like, it came out like 2 weeks ago, and it made I think $800,000.
Oh, that's just. Well, made a little more money than Cats.
Oh no!
Wait, let's see. How much did Playmobil the movie make? It says as of December 20th, Playmobil the movie has
It
grossed.
owes money.
Wow, yeah, I think so. 1.1 million in the United States. And worldwide 13.8 million. Wow, that's terrible. Worldwide? Okay, we got to see what the Cats movie is.
Cats made like I think 6 million. And yo, the Cats was so bad it got day one like a day one patch. They were like, yo, we need to make the effects better. Like
Are you
here,
serious?
yeah, I'm serious. They put out
Wow.
a new version with like better effects. It's like the only way I'll watch Cats is with you and like a fucking bottle of booze.
Oh wow, it
Like I need
made.
to be.
Oh my gosh, it made just as money as Playmobil, but Playmobil beat it.
It did.
I'm gonna say because as of December 25th, Cats grossed 11.2 million in the United States, 4.4 million in Canada, worldwide 15 million. Opening weekend 15 to 20 million.
Just love all the reviews are like, man, even furries would hate this movie.
Wow, that's pretty messed up.
After the reviews, they're like, yeah, furries wouldn't even like this shit. Because who is it for? I don't care about any of the celebrities in it. Even if I did, they look like crap. And there's no story. And their bodies look weird. They're gyrating, but they don't have any genitalia. It's just so awkward. It's
Well,
just.
you say that and like freaking um
I could get more excitement at a furry dance at a con.
if they actually made a 3D animated movie with cat faces versus people faces with ballerina bodies with cat face on it. I don't know what I'm saying. The point is
It shouldn't have done it. I know why they did, because that play was really popular for years. I remember seeing the commercials as a kid.
then they
It
should have
was like
rolled with those designs but flatten them out a little more. You know what I think they were trying. Huh?
this movie should have came out like 20 years ago.
It should have. It should have. I'm thinking that if furries did it, just like how they fixed Sonic, by the way, folks, Sonic is not going to be that great, but we're going to root for it anyway because we're doing the same thing for Star Wars, and I could give to a rat's patootie about Star Wars. I said it.
But there's black characters in Star Wars. They have like 2 minutes of screen time, but they're there.
Well, apparently, all the women are Mary Sue's. They're not worth watching.
All right, if you want me to talk about Star Wars, I'll talk about Star Wars.
All right, can we have spoilers in it because I really just don't care anymore. We need
You
to get
want
this.
spoilers?
Yeah, because I don't know. Do what you feel is right. The Band-Aid needs to be ripped off because
Um.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give a spoiler warning just in case. But yeah, whatever. They explain why Ray is so powerful. You want to know why Ray is a Mary Sue, as the people say?
No, why?
Because she's the granddaughter of Senator Palpatine, the Emperor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that apparently, the old Sith guy, he got it on at some point. Had a kid who had another kid. And that's why she's so powerful.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's the granddaughter of like the big evil person in Star Wars.
That's pretty epic. No wonder Hot Topic was attracted to her.
It's this movie's written like a fan fiction, man. They need like a magic dagger to get a magical triforce to open up another dimension to a world. Oh man, it's a mess. But it's a fun mess.
I I'm going to say this and you already know how I feel. Okay. Ray is just another female character with superpowers. Neo, okay, don't get me wrong. Keanu Reeves, dude's perfect, okay? We don't call him a Mary Sue or an average Joe. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily enjoy Star Wars, but it's kind of annoying how everyone's just focusing on Ray. Oh my gosh, just.
Because these people are butthurt about how she knows the Force so well. They're overprotective about the concept of the Force because every time it's used in a new way, they're like, "That's not how the Force works." They're like threatened. It's like, "Whoa, she's using the Force so fast! Like, you can't do it that fast!" Like, that's what they're worried about, or they're scared of. It's like this girl's you taking our Force away. Like, it's just a bunch of man babies. The problem with Ray is like the fact that her whole character is now based on the fact that she's the granddaughter of like the evil guy.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't
That
get a to shine as her own character.
and you know what? That right there, it just proves that it's a fan fiction more so. And then nobody complains about Kylo Ren. I think he's just the worst bad guy. He literally looks like he came out of Hot Topic. And just, he's upset because he can't control Hot Topic and give everyone the latest fashion. Throughout the whole movie, that's all he's
Oh,
thinking about.
I'm gonna make it worse for you. Those two kiss.
Oh God. So we got a Mary Sue and the average Joe, and now they're kissing. It nullifies it out. The end.
Yep.
And you know what? The only reason why I'm saying Mary Sue so much is it's just really a sexist way to say, hey, you can't have a perfect, strong female character all the way around. It's really stupid. And I wish people would criticize the film for how it's written as a whole. Because right now, I only like the 7. And that's it. I don't care about anything else. I'm done. I'm ranting because we had our thing. You know what I mean? I've been poked too much.
Oh, a real Mary Sue would be Alice from Resident Evil because she can just like do everything.
That's what funny somebody said that. So okay, let's go to Urban Dictionary. Let's just make this heated. It says Ray from Disney Star Wars is a Mary Sue. Anybody who argues otherwise should go watch all 8 films again and come back with a good argument of how she isn't one. By the 2 sequel trilogy films, what we saw and seen Ray is a Mary Sue simply compared to the prequel trilogies, Anakin and the original trilogy's protagonist Luke. Is that Go ahead.
The point is the Force is this vague thing in the universe, and people keep trying to say everybody has their own definition of what it is and how it can be used. The thing is, they're not writing these movies, man. Like Disney's writing these movies, and if they want people to use it without training, they're gonna use it without training. Like they're gonna use the Force however they want to use it. It's not how the fans want them to use it. And by the end of this movie, man, the Force is so fucking boring because it's like you can do anything. Like you can like force Skype chat, you can force give people items, you can force heal. Like people are healing each other with the Force. Like Rey stabs Kylo in the fucking chest, and then immediately heals him and brings him back to life.
So wait a minute.
Like the Force.
Are you saying the Force is in Mary Sue?
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what? This nullifies everything. The whole movie should be called Mary Sue, The Force Awakens.
The Mary Sue Awakens.
Yes. The Mary Sueing. Yoda's a
That's-
Mary Sue. Everyone's a Mary Sue except
Yeah.
for Darth Vader.
That's the problem, man. The Force, you have this thing. It's like it's this plot device that can do whatever the writers want them to do, and that's the problem. There's no rules for the Force. That's the problem here.
But the
There's no-
midichlorians. But the midichlorians. They
Midichlorians
make the
have no
Force.
rules. They have no rules. They made a baby using midichlorians, man. Like
Yo,
that's how Anakin was conceived.
one time I drank too many midichlorians once. Yeah.
Mm.
You know?
I'd love to give Lizzo some of my midichlorians.
Oh, snap. I'd love to give Batwoman some of my midichlorians, if you know what I'm saying.
But where's Batman? I was watching Star Wars and I'm like, where the freak is Batman? That the guy the whole time. He could have put an end to that war. He would have just murdered everybody.
Yeah, he probably would have. Batman, you know what Batman would have done? He would have conceived a plan so tricky that he would have tricked Superman, 'cause Superman dumb, into killing everyone in Star Wars because he's got such brute strength that, at the end all he'd have to do is just kill Superman, and he has bullets that are made out of kryptonite, and that's it. You're done.
What Batman does, he plants pearls on his criminals, so when he sees the pearls, he thinks of his dead mom, and he goes crazy.
Oh my god.
That's what he does. He just he loses it.
Oh, stop talking about my mom. Anyway, let's move on from Star Wars, because honestly, too many reviews, too many people complaining about it. At the end of the day, let's see how much money Star Wars grossed.
Well, I was gonna say after all that, I enjoyed the movie. The story is stupid as hell, but if you turn off your brain, you can have a good time.
Now, what's it called? The Last Jedi, or
Rise of Skywalker, aka we need more money. We need more toys. There's a cool black chick in it, and there's a lesbian kiss. It's
no way.
in the background behind a tree, but it's there.
Oh my god, that's hilarious! The agenda. The agenda is real. I love it. So here's the grand total. The total worldwide earnings for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker climbed to more than $500 million.
Who cares?
And then reviews on December 30th and earned $160 million in North America its first weekend. So y'all babies complaining about it, that you hate Rey, that okay, let's forget about Rey, that midichlorians, and I'll admit that Princess Leia part in the last movie was just kind of weird. I didn't get that.
They kill her off.
Oh, they did? Oh, well, that makes sense.
She had a stroke by saying her son's name. She's like, Ben, and then she just faints.
Wow. Daddy, please. Anyway.
They killed everybody in this new trilogy. It's hilarious.
I like how people were crying for the preview, and now everyone's just like, I'm gonna write a new Star Wars. Yeah, okay.
No, everybody's like, well, at least The Mandalorian is good. I watched it.
The Mandalorian is pretty good. I watched 3 episodes, and it's about a guy. It's the antics about a guy taking Baby Yoda out for a trip.
He's a Gary Sue, I bet.
Oh.
All right. But Star Wars is dead. Goodbye. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another universe, a Steven universe.
Ooh, the sequel to it. Did you see it?
There's already a sequel to it?
Yeah, Steven Universe Future.
Jesus, they move fast. Like the movie came out like 3 months ago.
Yep, and now there's 8 episodes of Steven Universe Future.
Eh, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, I like the movie. Don't get me wrong. It was like my first time like really watching Steven Universe, and the songs were good. But I don't know. It takes a lot for me to get into like a cartoon these days. I'm currently watching Everybody Hates Chris, and I'm like, why do they hate Chris? He's such a nice boy.
I know, I like that show a lot.
Good family show. Like it's about real problems, not white people problems. Like I got a B minus on my report card. I have nothing.
Shelly.
I don't have a dress to wear to prom.
Oh, Shelly, sit on my knee, sweetheart. Let me tell you.
Like Chris is getting robbed like every episode and shit, and the family's like on the brink of bankruptcy. Like this is real problems.
Oh
This is
my
real
gosh.
family matters.
It's so funny.
But yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Steven Universe Future. Yeah, I if I had a nice soft girl to watch it with, I'll definitely make my viewing experience more enjoyable.
Aww.
Yeah, I just want some soft.
You want some soft booty, baby, this evening. Baby, want some soft booty, baby.
So, shout out to the Dora movie.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Dora movie.
Movie was tight. Dora movie was good. I liked it a lot. I hope that actress goes places.
Now I gotta say, that Dora movie was unexpectedly fun.
Yeah, it was a good adventure movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, there's already fan art of Kylo Ren, and I'm done. I can't. Ray.
It's really awkward because the kiss is before Kylo Ren dies. But anyway.
Oh, gosh. It's fine. This is fine.
It's fine. The movie Hustlers. I think you'd like that movie, Jen. It's about strong women taking advantage of weak men.
My favorite. I mean, not a feminine. Someone's like, unlike, unsubscribe. Oh.
Like the J-Lo was actually given a shit in this role.
Wow, she practiced her lines.
No, man, she doesn't sing on the soundtrack, which is good, thank God.
Yo, you straight thug right now.
Yo, she old, man. She's like 50. She about to like crucify herself like Madonna did when she was 50.
Well, first of all, Madonna, she's banned from a specific country, okay? She that crazy. Anyway.
Shout out to Good Boys. That was a good movie. That was fun.
Oh,
yeah. What were you gonna say? Speak up.
No, I'm getting tired.
I know.
This track.
I'm wrapping this up. Again, Tiger Girl. We're almost done.
All right. I was gonna say shout out to my iPad, giving me extra money. You know, help me teach people, connect with people. It's gonna be a good year. Just got it.
Shout out to Hobbs and Shaw for being a piece of crap.
Dang.
I watched that movie again, and I can say with a straight face, that's a bad movie. I just don't like it.
It upset you that much? You love Fast and Furious.
Just them stroking their egos with like a huge bottle of Jergens for 2 hours. It's just bad. It's toxic masculinity, man, at its finest.
Wow.
Jumanji was cool.
I heard Jumanji was like, people were surprised at how well it's doing.
Yeah, The Rock is playing Danny DeVito in the movie. It's really funny.
Oh my gosh. Are you gonna get?
It has heart.
Oh, go ahead.
Am I getting what?
Are you gonna get Fast and the Furious Crossroads? The
What is that?
video
Video
game.
game?
Yeah, look at it's the one that you were
The
showing
PSP
me.
video game?
PSP. Yeah, the PSP video game.
Uh, it looks terrible.
Yeah, it does actually. When I render, you render. Just like that. When I render, you render. Just like that. Hell yeah,
When
you
I
better
pop it,
render.
you
Shit like that. What?
when I pop it, you pop in, just like that.
Oh my gosh. I'm.
It looks bad.
Well, it would make for a great Let's Play one day.
I can't wait to play it on my Nokia N-Gage.
Oh my gosh, that thing never breaks.
They call it the taco phone.
The taco phone that loses the back every time.
Let's wrap this up. I'm gonna give my top 10 movies.
All right, go.
Here we go. Number 10 is Us. Jordan Peele. Spooky movie about clones. I liked it. A lot of people were comparing it to Get Out, which is like, why are you comparing it to Get Out? Like, I get it why they're doing it, but it's like it's two different movies. But this was fun. It was exciting. It was different. It was goofy as hell. The concept was very goofy, but the acting was on par. The score was haunting.
Oh.
You know, it's very scary. You should watch it, Jen. You might learn something. There's a person that looks like you in the movie.
Wow. Did they die?
Sort of. I mean, it's kind of. She's a
Okay.
clone. Not really.
Eh.
Number 9, Escape Room. It was a fun movie. It was like PG-13 Saw. And it's exactly what you expect the concept to be. Like, these 6 guys are chosen to like compete in an escape room for like a lot of money. And then the first room is like the oven room where they need to like fill water and put cups on coasters, but there's not enough water. So they gotta get out. And then the next room is like an ice room. They need to like melt this block of ice with a key in it. Then the third room is like an upside down room where you have to like find the key, but everything's upside down and the floor is falling. Describing it is not as fun as watching it. It's a cool movie, and escape rooms are hit now. They're gonna make a part 2.
2 escape rooms this year, right?
We did the subway escape room.
When did we do the 80s one? Last
Year? Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Escape rooms. Brought to you by the letter Who Gives a Truck. Anyway, go ahead.
Somebody's cranky.
I'm tired.
I did the Saw escape room this year, and that was like terrifying.
I'm sure.
Felt like you were going to die. Like, you have to lock yourself in an oven to find a code. You like stick your hand down like a random pipe, hoping it doesn't get cut off. There's like pig people running around after you.
Oh my gosh, forget
that. You're in the actual bathroom from the movie, looking for clues. It was terrifying, but I had a good time. Anyway, number 8. It's Shazam. I really like Shazam.
Movie. I still haven't seen it, but I was gonna rent it because I have monies for it. It's free for me.
Oh yeah, watch it. You'll enjoy it, man. Like, it's another good family movie. It's a refreshing take on the superhero genre because there's like so many superhero movies now, and it's just fun. That's what I like about it. It's fun. It feels like a movie from like 2004.
Aww.
Where it's all upbeat and there's no agenda. Anyway.
Oh my god. No, agenda free.
Agenda free. Number 7 is kind of a cheat, but I saw this movie this year. It's called Free Guy.
Oh yeah.
And this movie doesn't come. I saw an advanced screening last month, and this movie doesn't come out till July. But I saw a screening where like 90% of the effects were like completed, and it's about an NPC who becomes self-aware in a video game, and he just starts, racking up points and living his life. Like it's a fun movie. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people are hyped for it already. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is in it. He does a good job. Number 6 is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Nice.
I liked everything with Mysterio. Like everything was in there. I just like this Peter Parker a lot. It has a crazy cliffhanger. I'm glad we got our boy back in the MCU because we lost him there for a second. More cinematic outings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, I just like it because, I like this Spider-Man. I don't know why they decided to place it outside of New York because they don't really do anything interesting with the locations they're in. They're like in Italy and Prague. Then Nick Fury's there for no reason other than to get a paycheck.
Right. There's a mother
Yeah,
trucking
but
spider on Mother Truck in London, England.
and then they mention Iron Man so many times in this movie. I'm like I get it, but I'm just sick of like Peter Parker being affiliated with Iron Man. It's like let him be his own.
How's his Mary Sue ass supposed to get famous? Okay.
Whoa! You're not calling Spider-Man Mary Sue, okay?
He's only popular because freaking Iron Man. Remember?
It's freaking Iron Man. He invented time travel on a whim.
Dude,
We'll
I'm
get
just
to
being a goddamn troll. It's fine.
and I'm defending it, my movie.
Why are you defending it when you know I love the movie too? Shut up.
Shut up. I'm taking my toys and going home.
You put them in the box when some of them fall out.
Yeah, can't wait for the third Spider-Man. Number 5 is Booksmart.
Oh, is that the one I watched with you?
Yeah, that's the one you watched with me.
I love that movie. It was fun.
It's about 2 girls who are like going to a party, and then they talk about being girls and graduating and their vaginas, and then there's an awkward lesbian sex scene that everybody can relate to because everybody's been there. And these 2 girls are like funny, and they're a great duo. And this movie should have made more money because it did not.
It felt what was it? How should I put it? It felt like what were people saying it was? It was like not Pineapple Express. What's the
Super bad.
Super bad. Yeah. It's like super bad. One
It is.
day the man and the woman will be together and we won't fight about it anymore. Or they'll just watch Indiana Jones. One of the two. Anyway.
Oh, which one?
The one with
Indiana Jones.
What?
I hate to bring this up, but Indiana Jones was a little bit sexist. He was a little bit problematic back then. I think we should retroactively cancel those movies out of existence.
But you're gonna upset you know who.
Ouija.
Yup.
He's gonna be known as Guiji from now on. Every time we do these things.
We are Guiji's Big Ranch Adventure.
Number 4 is John Wick Chapter 3.
Oh god, that was such a good movie.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. This was the year of Keanu. He killed it.
I have a coworker. She calls him Papa Keanu.
Oh, that's so nice.
She loves that man so much.
Such a sweetheart. I heard he gave his subway seat to a homeless pigeon once.
Wow.
It's great.
He's just
beautiful.
Such a wonderful person. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, John Wick 3 was awesome. Like the part where they're fighting with knives, and like the first 20 minutes of that movie is like freaking like incredible.
It was pretty intense. I was like, "Whoa, I just got here."
Kill the person with the fucking horse. Like horse drop kicked that dude and he died. He
Yeah, I screamed, but I was like, that's fine.
PETA friendly. No horses got hurt. And Halle Berry, she came back. She's like, I'm gonna make you forget about Catwoman, and she just killed it in her little role she had here.
She
She had a
did.
co-op. It was like watching co-op on screen. It was great. Yeah, man, I was hoping this would be the last one because I don't want it to die. Like I want them to still be consistently good. Like I don't want it to be like another Die Hard or just another corny franchise that gets worse over time. So I'm hoping the next one will be the last one because John Wick's in pretty bad shape now. He got tossed off a freaking building.
He's literally the go-to Goku of the American cinematic universe.
He needs a sensu beam.
He
And
does.
yeah, I'm just like waiting for this story to be like, all right, this is all this cool action's great, but it's like give us some more story. Make us care. Number 3 is Ready or Not. And this is a horror movie that came out, and it's about this girl that gets married to this guy, and as a tradition the family has to play a game, and if the game is hide and seek, well, the family has to like play to like kill. So this girl has no idea this family's coming to like get her with like crossbows and shotguns and stuff. She thinks she's playing like a regular hide and seek game, but then she fights back.
Oh, snap.
It's good real fast. Really good movie. It was like a good surprise, and it's really funny too. It has a dark sense of humor that I like. It's a strong woman.
You like strong women. I like strong women. Let's get 2 strong women, have them crush us. It's fine.
Strong women like Bo Peep in Toy Story 4, which is my number 2 pick.
What?
Hey guys, so unfortunately the last 10 minutes of this episode just got cut somehow. I don't know how or why, but we've been trying to get this episode uploaded for a while, so I'm just going to record the last part on my own because Yoko needs a break. She's been working very hard on this podcast. So anyway, my number 2 pick was Toy Story 4. The odds were against it being a good movie because the Toy Story trilogy is pretty flawless in my eyes. They're all great movies on their own. So when they announced a 4th one, I was like, why? Like, it had a great ending with part 3, but they managed to pull it off. Pixar did it again, and they had a fun, satisfying story. They had an arc for Woody, even though I kind of disagree with him bailing on his friends and family like that. But hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to be with the people you love, or you're the one true love in your life, even if it's a porcelain doll. But there were some great new characters like Duke Kaboom, played by the awesome Keanu Reeves, and they had Key and Peele play a bunch of stuffed animals, and they had a little fun section called the Plush Rush, which was cool. And Forky wasn't that bad either. I thought he'd be annoying, but he was a fun addition to the Toy Story family. And yeah, this was just a fun time. I went with my buddy Twilight, and we thought the same thing. Like, it was funny, it was heartwarming. The CGI is so incredible. If you see the first Toy Story and then watch this right after, you'll notice like a huge difference in quality of the animation. I mean, it's been 25 years, so of course it's a no-brainer. But if you guys were worried that it wasn't going to live up to the hype, check it out, and I promise you won't be disappointed. And of course, speaking of hype, we got my number 1 pick, which, oh man, there's tons of build up and expectation to this one. It was Avengers Endgame. You guys already know. Avengers Assemble. Like, I don't know what else you could want from a comic book movie. It was like, You got all your favorite characters in there, even ones you don't like. Like Pepper Potts even shows up to the final battle. It's crazy, and the stakes were higher than ever. The remaining Avengers need to get all these people, back from the dead. They need to get the Infinity Stones. It's like Marvel's greatest hits. Like, we did a whole episode on this movie, so I promise I won't go too long in talking about it. But just seeing Cap hold Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, I can't pronounce it. But him holding the hammer and then getting his shield broken, like, it was nuts. I was on the edge of my seat. I was just glued to the screen the entire time. The crowd was into it. There's not going to be another cinematic event like this for a very long time. I'm talking maybe like 20 years, like when they decide to do Avengers like 8 and they bring back the original crew somehow. But I loved it, man. They really stuck the landing. I wish there was a little more action throughout the movie, but it's okay. Like, this is a movie about characters and their relationships and how there's a lot of their stories end. Like, Captain America gets an ending, Iron Man gets an ending, Black Widow definitely got an ending. But I love it. It was Marvel at its best. 11 years in the making, they did it, and I can't wait to see what they do next. So those were my top 10 movies of the year. I also want to give a shout out to a few things I forgot to mention when we originally did this last week. Fast and Furious Spy Racers came out the day after Christmas. It's a cartoon based on the Fast and Furious saga, and it's really goofy. I've only seen one episode, but it's like a Saturday morning cartoon with the plot of a Fast and Furious movie. You have Dominic Toretto's cousin, I forgot his name, Tony, I think, and his friends. They try to infiltrate this illegal street race so they can stop like these terrorists from doing a thing. It's so goofy, and I definitely want to see more of it. And even Vin Diesel makes a cameo in the first episode. I thought maybe he'll show up in the last episode, but he was there from the start. And man, seeing CGI Vin Diesel is like uncanny. Like, that's the uncanny valley right there. But check it out, man. It's so far it's better than Hobbs and Shaw, that's for sure. I also want to talk about the Lonely Island concert I went to with Twilight. It was their first time on tour, and it was great. If you don't know who the Lonely Island is, they used to do skits for SNL, and then they started recording their own albums. They're really good rappers. Like, they do joke songs and parodies and stuff, but they're actually like good lyricists. And they came out with a movie called Pop Star a few years back, one of my favorite movies of the decade, my ad. And their concert was great. It was just all their hits. They had some jokes in there. They had a whole thing about falling off a horse. They kept saying, if anybody wants to come and sleep with them, go to this, like, the ham factory. I don't know, like the Honey Ham Deli at like Fulton Street in like the corner of Brooklyn. And it was really funny. And a group of people actually showed up there, and they took like a group photo, but I don't think the band ever showed up. But yeah, the Lonely Island concert, it was a fun time. And to wrap things up, special mention to the Batman related show no one watched because no one knew existed. I'm talking about Pennyworth. It's a movie about Batman's butler. It's a TV show, actually, and that came out this year. And I kept wanting to talk about it on this show, but I kept forgetting about it because it's a show about Alfred. Like, why do people want to see this? It was a crazy year for Batman. There's a lot of Batman-related media without him in it this year, like Joker, Batwoman, and now Pennyworth. It's like no love for the Batman. They don't want him anymore. They want to be in his universe, but they don't want to see Batman. And I think Gotham finished this year too, which had a creepy, ugly-looking Joker. But yeah, it's another show nobody really watched, Gotham. But enough of that. I just want to thank everybody for listening. Yoko would like to thank them too. We hope you have a great year. We're definitely going to come back in 2020 stronger than ever, with more content. Hopefully we'll get a steady schedule soon. And I want to thank all my guests that decided to join us and just shoot the shit. I love doing this. I look forward to it every time because I get to talk about geeky stuff with my best friend, and we get to share it with people. And if I made at least one of you laugh while listening to the podcast, I did my job. And that's about it. We'll see you in 2020. Happy New Year.